Good morning and welcome to Volume 2, Issue 37 of Coffee with Ciara. I didn't double check the number today, but it's around there. Yeah. Hello. I actually have some painting to share today. And some knitting. So, lots of knitting. The heat has not ceased. It does not care that it is September. I'm now seeing 112 forecast for Tuesday, which is the hottest day of this summer forecasted. So, gotta love it. I don't. I certainly don't. My cats are fighting. I don't know if you can hear nobody hissing at William Blake, but that is what she's doing. Excuse me, I just ate breakfast. Painting, I finished a couple of pet portraits, which I'm very proud of. They are partway through the isolation coat varnish stage. Aren't they cute? This is Brixton and this is Luna. One of my previous pet portrait commissioners got these for her sister, so hopefully her sister doesn't watch and the surprise is not spoiled, but these are going out at the end of the weekend. They just need a coat of varnish now and then they will be ready to go once they're dry. So had a lot of fun painting these. I really enjoy painting bully faces. They're so charming and yeah, I just love getting to play with all the little nooks and crannies of their face and all the shadows, and they're just hilarious dogs. They're so cute. So got those done this week, and yeah, this weekend I'm planning some more painting, but it'll be painting the baby's room. So that's how I'm using my long weekend. Painting the baby's room. Oh, also, I'll show you. My other plan for this weekend is to make myself a new dress using this pattern in this. Maybe I'll do this view with the short sleeves, but one of these. I have enough fabric for either one, but what I like about this, it's got princess seams, so it'll cover my belly, and then I can just make sure it fits my maternity bust line. I've outgrown several of my current dresses, which I made those when I was about this weight when I made them, but the weight has been dispersed in other ways, so gotta love it. But anyway, this is the fabric. It's got lemons and bees. It's so cute. So this is a dress that I will take in probably as I shrink, but obviously I'll keep the same structure and everything in the pattern. So I will probably take it in at the princess seams so that the shoulders don't get super wide. Although I'm going to have to do some altering anyway. And the nice thing about making your own clothes is you can continue to alter them. I have a dress that still fits me because it's a really stretchy fabric, but I made it several sizes ago and it got to shrink with me, so it's kind of fun. There's a lot you can do if you know how to sew. As far as knitting, I finished a sock. Again, the cable pattern is not easy to read with this yarn. So if you're a knitter, I don't recommend using Harrisville. I think this is Heritage, Queensland. Queensland Perth, that's what it is. But, I mean, there's a whisper of a cable in there. I might like to try this pattern again with a more defined yarn. But I really, really like this yarn for socks. It's, it should hold up really well. It's very autumnal. And I should have enough left over. I started the cuff on the second one. Cuff. I should have plenty left over to make another little pair of shorties like this or something, if I so choose. I have some more autumnal. I'm looking at my yarn stash. Kind of, I actually have another option which would have worked better for cables that has some more gray in it. Gray and like rust and really pretty colors. So we'll see. I tend not to repeat patterns because there's just so many patterns to knit. And yeah, I'm just ready to move on usually by the end. This is my mother and child pullover. I'm making it to fit my maternity bust, so it's going to be oversized, but it's supposed to just be a very comfy throw-on sweater. It's got black and white and gray, and this is navy. It's kind of hard to read navy as navy, and then this is like a slatey greeny navy. I had that left over from my weekender sweater, which I wear all the time in winter. But yeah, so I'm working on the back now. This is a really interesting construction because you start doing your color work flat, and I think I mentioned last time, normally color work is worked round. So that'll be interesting. But I'm really enjoying working with it, using up a bunch of scraps. And it's going to be very cozy, especially because a lot of those scraps are acrylic, and acrylic tends to be very warm and not very breathable, so it will be a mid-winter sweater for sure. And then, spoiler alert, just in case anyone is also doing the Sharon Show shawl, this is Sharon Air, Mystery Knit Along. So this shawl is now a very bizarre construction, which is exciting. So typically you see shawls in knitting patterns these days knit in a triangle like this. But this one now has this wing coming off it. And I've got one more clue to finish this wing. And I also, so since I ran out of this coral, I've just kind of been using a mishmash of grays, and this is called Badger, this kind of browny gray. But anyway, it's been fun. My next clue is super simple, straightforward, so I'm saving that for the start of the week. It'd be very good TV knitting. And then that finishes off this weird little wing. And then I am assuming the next two clues, the final two clues, will be finishing the other wing. And I'm very curious to see what direction that wing will go. So you see there's a point here, parallelograms down, and I could see potentially this one mirroring that or going in the opposite direction. We will just have to find out. So this has been my scrappy project of the year. I tend to use this designer's patterns to use up scraps. The only non-scrap yarn I had for this project is this one, which I just love the colors of, but it's like normally something I would just make socks out of, but I never use up a full, I rarely even use half a ball for socks, so I'm always left with lots of leftovers anyway. So I'll probably, once I'm done using this, make a shorty pair of socks, or usually in December, my rhythm the last couple of years has been to work on my crochet scrap blanket, using up all my sock yarn leftovers. So I'll get a couple lines on that and then see how much I have left over. I might hold it double and make a little hat for Lemon. We'll see. Using up scraps is a whole other aspect of the hobby of knitting and collecting yarn. So anyway, that's what I've been up to creatively this week. I want to get back into art journaling. I haven't done that in a couple of weeks. I got some Posca pens. You may have heard of them. They're paint pens and they're awesome. I love them. I made some Shrinky Dink jewelry and stitch markers out of them, with them. And I really, really want to use them in art journaling and some little abstract paintings. I actually also got a big stack of little 8x10 canvas boards, which I like to frame up. And I think I would love to play more with some abstract pieces for those. So, I've got all this hair in my mouth today. I was thinking initially of doing a bunch of little landscape pieces, or portraits, which is what I did with my last batch of 8x10s, but my heart tells me to play with color and do some abstract things, so we'll see. Oh, I have a podcast episode for you to listen to. These episodes are getting way too long. That's the most exciting news I have. Well, that's some more exciting news. I have lots of knitting. I have some cute pet portraits. I'm doing open studios in a month. Yeah, I'm doing just the first week in October of open studios, which is the 15th and 16th. Looking forward to that. Anyway, this podcast episode, I'll link to it and everything. I would love for you to listen to it and let me know what you think. I had a great time recording it. It's really fun to hear yourself articulate your thoughts. I find I do a lot of internal processing, and unless I'm specifically journaling about these things, I don't really know where I stand until I verbalize it. That's just the way I work. So it was a great experience for me. I really like Caroline, and I hope you like the episode. And with that, let's all, get the good juju, get the prayers for the fall weather to finally arrive, just because we love fall, right? Not to mention, the plants need some rain, the earth needs a break, the sun is trying to kill us. We will survive. With that, I hope you have an excellent rest of your Sunday, great Labor Day weekend, those of you in the States, and I hope your goals and your life is clipping along and you're taking time to pause, reflect, enjoy where you are in your journey. And I will see you next week. Bye.